Hello, Lucy here. I just wanted to take a moment to send a huge shout out to all of you tuning in from around the globe. We have listeners in the UK, Germany, Canada, the USA, Morocco, Spain, France, Singapore, India, Argentina, Australia. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I cannot thank you enough for all of your support with the show. Creativity knows no borders, and together we are building a community that celebrates inspiration in all of its forms. So, wherever you are, continue to take that road less travelled, and let's keep exploring this wilderness of creativity together. Thanks for listening. Stay wild. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Wilderness of Creativity. I'm your host Lucy, and today I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Diana Tyson, an energy healing therapist and teacher based in Leeds. With her unique natural transformation therapy, soul synergy experience, Diana offers holistic sessions tailored to the specific needs of each client. Her work, which is accredited by the Healer Foundation and the British Complementary Medicine Association, empowers individuals to connect with their inner strength, peace, and confidence. In this episode, we explore various energy modalities, the role that creative intuition plays in healing, and the importance of staying open-minded. Diana also shares insights into understanding the chakras and energy flow, and how these elements contribute to personal transformation. Right, let's get to the episode. So talk to me a little bit about your work then as a Reiki master, as a teacher, as an energy healer.
Well, I'm fortunate. I'm a Reiki, Sakime and Egyptian Katouche master, so I've got 3 energy modalities in one. So when I work with people, even as they walk into the room, I can be aware of where there's stagnant energy and where I need to work. So I might already know that the throat needs work on, I might need the heart. I'm very intuitive, so I'm aware, plus I have my spirit guides who basically kind of sit there and go, this person needs this, listen to this. So Reiki is universal life force energy. Reiki reconnects you to that energy. So a Reiki person reconnects you to that circuit. So it's almost like if your batteries are running low and you come and have Reiki, it'll recharge your energy batteries, balance you, and give you some real deep relaxation in a way that other therapies may not, because it's dealing with your aura, it's dealing with your mind, it's dealing with your body, it's dealing with your soul, it's dealing with spirit. So when I work with somebody, there's nowhere that negative energy can hide from me. I kind of use my hands and I go, right, we need to get rid of that. So we work as a team with Sakime, which is really interesting because a lot of people go, oh my God, Diane, I can actually feel that negative energy being drawn out as you're working on me, which is great because you ask them to visualize that going. So they're part of it. You ask them to say negative energy, negative emotions, past things that maybe have stuck in them. You're asking for that to be released. So they're very much part of the process. And that visualization gives them control. Then with the Reiki, you're putting in loads of positive energy and colours in there, and you're taking them to a real safe space so that whatever you've taken out has created a place of real deep inner healing to happen. So for me, I just love what I do. Love using that energy.
I've never heard of Egyptian Katouche. Can you tell, is it very similar to Reiki? Like, how does it work?
Right, so there's Reiki, and then Sakime's like a brother-sister that comes from the Egyptian pyramids. Sakime uses earth, air, water and fire. Reiki uses universal life force energy, and Egyptian Katouche uses 21 Egyptian gods and goddesses. So you get attuned to those gods and goddesses, and one of them will move more forward to work with you. So when I did mine, I think it was Hass and it's Iris who moved forward to work with me. So I then tap into that energy and I want to work with them. You may also find that you get more of an Egyptian spirit guide because you move in that energy. Every time you get attuned, your body goes into a higher state of consciousness. So when I attune people, I will only attune 2 people on Egyptian Katouche because I'm doing 21 actual attunements twice. So it's actually quite tiring. But when I attune, my energy vibration gets higher and higher.
Have you always felt like this has been your calling? Like, have you always been intuitive, even as a child?
My favourite place was being in nature. If I was under the willow tree in our garden, I would use my imagination to just play so vividly. But I did have, when I was 8, there was in my mum and dad's room, there was an actual photograph of my great grandma who I'd never met, Nellie, and it moved. It literally moved 10 inches, slid. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just seen that. So I run down to my brother who was babysitting me. My mum and dad weren't in the house. And I went, look, this is what happened. And it kind of freaked me out. And he's going, oh, don't be so daft. That won't have happened. You're just using your imagination. But in my head, I said, I don't want to see because my mum's a clairvoyant, so my mum sees. So I actually said, I don't want to see. So I stopped that part of me because it was too much. I was only 8. I didn't know what was going on. And in my head, I said, I don't want to see, I don't want to see. So when I came and did my Reiki attunement, obviously I'm a lot older, I'm a bit more savvy. I've kind of done some Reiki, done work. And I did my Reiki attunement, and it was just like this massive opening up of energy. But it felt like I knew I could control it. So it was in my remit to be able to use it in a way that I felt comfortable. And because I love music, I love dancing, they did it so I get songs, so I'm clairaudient, so I hear. And because I'm quite sensitive, being neurodivergent, they did feeling, so I can hear and sense spirit.
What would you say to our listeners who perhaps haven't experienced the power of energy healing before? Like,
I would encourage them to just have an open mind, go have a session, see how it feels for their own self care. It's the feeling that you get from having a Reiki energy session that you can't describe to people. And every time that person goes and has Reiki, their vibrational energy is vibrating at a different space and time anyway. So every time you have Reiki, you have a different experience of Reiki.
obviously, when you are working with somebody in this way, your imagination and your ability to visualize is so important. Can you talk to me about how you work creatively?
So even before the client arrives, I have Pablo Santo'd my room. So I've cleansed and cleared the room. I've then set the intention for peace and relaxation. I've protected myself, and as they walk in, I will already be aware of where I need to work. I will explain how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them if they're okay with that. Because I'm an intuitive healer and a transformative healer, I will ask them if when I'm working, do they want any messages that come from spirit? Because they may not, and that's absolutely fine. However, if they do want messages from spirit, because I'm in that meditative zone and my theta alpha and beta waves are open, then I will get messages. So I will then pass that to the client if they so wish to. It's also about placing them in a place that they feel happy is. So I will say, take yourself to your special place. Take yourself to that place that's just for you in nature where you feel loved, happy, and safe. So they're visualizing a place. It could be a beach, it could be a forest, somewhere they have gone on their own. And they're bringing all those beautiful memories in to send it to the sight, the senses, the hearing, and they're immersing themselves in a place where they feel happy. So already they're taking themselves to that beautiful place in their mind, and then the energy just comes in and it just rolls and goes where it needs to go. And because I'm intuitive, I may say certain things that will help them release it. I will then say certain things that will increase the positive energy. So I do use my intuition to work individually with people.
Just the way that you create and hold space for somebody, I think, can actually encourage people to unlock their own capacity. I think that's what really strikes me, is that we all have this capacity within us. Can you talk to me a little bit about how different emotions can make us feel quite stuck.
So basically, if we've not said our truth or been able to communicate, we can usually find that the throat chakra can be quite tight. It means like we feel like we haven't got our voice. So in the throat chakra, you have to then work about releasing those emotions. So I create a space and I'll say, look, if there's anything that you've left unsaid, anything that you feel you wish to say, or anything that's been said to you, this is the time to be able to release that negative energy. And I will feel that tightness in my body that the client's feeling. You can also get where you get a tight heart chakra. So it feels like you can't breathe as deeply as you want to. It can impact your actual sleep. It can mean that you're very tired, you're very fatigued, you get low energy. You could feel depressed if your energy is not running at the right balance that it needs to for you. You can just feel, a good word is discombobulated.
I love that word.
So Reiki will bring in equilibrium. It will bring in that balance. And I will know by just hovering over certain chakras where I need to work. And I'll ask that person to give themselves permission to release the things they no longer want.
Can you shift energy in different ways?
Yeah, I will hover over where is needed, but I'll also use a good visualization for the client. So I will have got to know how they kind of think and how they want to release it. So sometimes what I'll do, and this is a really good technique, is ask the client to move the energy all through their body to their feet. Let it go through their feet and go to the earth, and then the earth recycles it into positive energy. It's about them allowing that negative energy to flow away from them. So they're part of the process. So for me, it's definitely, it helps them to be involved.
How useful is movement and music to shift energy?
Movement is massive. So when my Reiki students come to me, I show them a technique of where they basically just do this, and they're tapping and they're moving and they're tapping the energy away from the body. Dancing's really major for me. I love dancing. I love music. It uplifts your soul to be able to dance and move freely. Go into your kitchen, put your best songs on while you're cooking tea, and just move around the kitchen while you're doing your tea. Your tea will taste amazing and you'll feel brilliant.
I don't know, I'm a terrible cook.
I don't like cooking, but if I put some good tunes on when I'm chopping my peppers and I'm doing what I need to do, it goes past really quickly. And all my kids will then go, oh, Mum, this is really nice, because I've done it with kind of love and good energy. And I'm like dancing around like nobody's watching because I don't care. But I'm having such a good time because music uplifts you. You'd really love natural transformation, which is a therapy that I've created and developed, which is approved by the Holistic Insurance, the Healer Foundation, and British Complementary Medicine Association. There are new chakras that you tap in your hips. So we have 7 chakras. So I go for the base, which is literally at the bottom of your coccyx. About maybe 2 hands widths above that is your sacrum. Just above, maybe a hand's width above your belly button, is your solar plexus. Then you've got your heart chakra, and you've got your throat chakra, then you've got your third eye, and then you've got your crown. Now, with natural transformation, I've been given some extra chakras to bring into the body to release negative energy and negative emotions. And it also does like colouring. So it brings in the chakras, but you release what you want from those chakras first, using like acupressure points as well. But it's also a very visual, so you're visualizing the energy going. Obviously, I facilitate that because I kind of know where you need to move and what words are good for you. But you use your own words, so it's a bit like EFT. Your words are powerful. So, because I am trained in EFT as well. So, you use your words to shift and release negative energy and emotions that's stuck or stagnant. You then bring in these new chakras and you put powerful positive affirmations within it so that you are bringing in that positive energy unique to you. things that you need for you.
We are so complex, aren't we? This is what I'm really just hearing at the moment. We're so complex and we think we understand what we need, but actually we have no idea. Like there is so much at play. And when it comes to, really tapping into our creativity and that inner child, it's really difficult, isn't it, to really get to grips with our creative potential if we don't have that self-awareness.
Yeah. But also the hips are about moving forward. So if we release the energy that's holding us back, when we've got into these hip chakras, we can really move ourselves forward freely to the person that we want to be. So you're going to be empowering yourself.
Well, outside of like the work that you do, what inspires you? You've talked about dancing, you've talked about music. What else inspires you and lifts your spirits?
I love wild swimming. I've just recently got into wild
Mm.
swimming with my husband. It's something that we do on his days off. And that's been massive because I've become more confident as a swimmer. So I've just been to Greece. I had to scatter my dad, which bless him. And I was literally in the sea, swimming and swimming, just going out and out. And my son just went, Mum, he went, don't go too far out. And I went, why? He says, I'm on an adventure. He says, because I don't want to not be able to see
Oh,
you. He's grown up, but it was so nice for having that confidence in myself to go, do you know, I'm going to swim and just keep swimming. I didn't have any fear associated with swimming at all. I felt, and one of the things I did do, which I haven't done since I was a kid, is I put myself on my back, floating, and just let myself, like almost in a flotation tank, and I let the waves and I was imagining any negative energy and anything that I wanted to let go of was just going. And I felt like I was in a flotation tank. I haven't let the whole of my head being immersed in the water like that for a long, long time.
wow.
It literally felt I was in the sea, I was completely lightweight,
Yeah,
I was letting everything go that needed to go, and the lapping of the waves just going like that. I just felt
yeah,
like the water was holding me.
yeah. Oh, especially when you're over there, for such a moment in your life as
Yeah,
well. That must have been really comforting.
scattering my stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, it's being held, I think, wherever you are. I mean, in the water, on the ground. I mean, I love taking my socks off and walking in my garden and feeling the earth beneath my feet. I absolutely love that.
Oh yeah.
When we think about beyond the ordinary, because you have contributed a chapter to this wonderful book that's coming out
I
the 11th of
know.
October.
Yes.
When you think of
Yeah.
beyond the ordinary, what does that make you think about?
It makes me think about 30 amazing women who have gone through challenges in their life, been neurodiverse, and then have found a way of channeling that beautiful creativity to help themselves and help other people. So they've been able to facilitate healing in some shape, way, or form through their creativity. So for me, it's been massively eye-opening. I felt very supported by Mandy herself, Mandy Nicholson, and all the ladies in the group. It feels like it is a safe space to be able to just go, oh my God, I'm going on a podcast and I've never done one. To then people to actually reaching out and going, do you know what, Diana, if you want to do a podcast with me first, so you know what it feels like, just somebody reaching out and being genuinely kind. So when people get that you have overwhelm in those kind of situations and that you get anxious about those kind of things, for somebody to offer comfort or help you, it's just so lovely to be in that environment. So this book is going to help people to understand neurodiverse doesn't have to totally and utterly be who they are. They are a person, they are unique, they are different. And we all have certain things that we're really, really good at that we don't realise. They call them superpowers. My son is neurodiverse, so he's dyslexic and autistic, right? His superpower is he doesn't get nervous before a dance. He's a professional dancer.
Wow.
Our daughter got a first honorary degree in illustration, and she's got coordination disorder, so she's on the autism. So she is an illustrator. So she draws. So her creativity is drawing. And she absolutely blows my mind when she'll do something digital, put it on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, you know, that is amazing. I love the fact
Mm,
that they've used their neurodiversity to be so creative and touch so many people with their creativity.
yeah. I was wondering, lastly, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to do the You Got This cards. I mean, I'm sure you have heard of oracle cards and things like that. So I thought it'd be really nice to do with you as well. Would that be all right?
Yeah, no, that's fine because I've pulled a card already.
Have you?
Yeah.
What does it say?
So you can see the colour of it. It's a double one. It's a Louise Hay. So on one side it says, my life gets more fabulous every day. I look forward to what each new hour brings. And then it says, I am a radiant being enjoying life to the fullest.
Wow. And that is so empowering, isn't it? Hello, Lucy here. I'd love for you to help spread the word. There are several ways that you can do this. One, you can subscribe to the podcast on your favourite platform, which will ensure that you never miss an episode. Two, you could share it with your friends, your family, your colleagues who might be inspired by the stories that we're sharing. Three, your reviews and ratings are incredibly important. They help new listeners discover the podcast and they give me valuable feedback on how I can improve. So, please take a moment to leave a review. Your support is what makes this possible. I'm on a mission to inspire, motivate and empower fellow creatives to take the road less travelled, and I am so grateful to have you along on this journey with me. Until next time, stay wild.